Hey, welcome back. Remember when sleep mode was built into the game rather than the system? And like you had to go to it in the game and then your Game Boy would just be like unusable until you pressed a certain button combination? Man. 10 years ago was a weird time. No, the GBA wasn't even 10 years ago. It was like 15 years ago now. Oh my god. What the fuck? This game was like 2001. Maybe it wasn't, but it was around that time. I don't know. It feels like such a long time ago. But this game is so fresh in my mind, and it still looks so good. Like the DS kind of got the N64 end of the stick, where it was like that experimental, like in between point. And like the DS is fucking awesome. It's got a lot of great games, but it was like so weird. And the fucking GBA was just, it was like the Super Nintendo. It was just like making things that already existed way better. And yeah, GBA games are fucking gorgeous. Oh man. Anyway, I can go through here now. I was talking about the manual for the, oh my god! So I kill these things and the X is fucking become something else. Like, it's the only instance of an enemy in a game being like, well, that strategy didn't work, so I'm going to try something completely different. Instead of like a boss character just fucking doing the same attack pattern until you hit it 3 times. The enemies in Metroid always struck me as like being part of an actual ecosystem. Like there's something that would exist. Maybe not every single enemy. Some of them are kind of weird. But a lot of them are like, yeah, this is a thing that could exist. I guess because Metroid has always been more sci-fi than fantasy, and most Nintendo games are just fantasy. But I don't know, I fucking love it. I love the environments in Metroid. Which I think is why Other M failed. Because it wasn't like that. It was just like all kinds of weird garbage, like out of character bullshit going on. And I do think of it as being out of character, but like I kind of said last episode, a lot of the character threads that are used in Other M were established in Fusion. A lot, like the way that Samus acts in Fusion is very similar to the way that Samus acts in Other M. Unfortunately, I think it does lose some of the persona that she has in Metroid Prime, because Metroid Prime wasn't made by the same people. Other M wasn't. Other M has a lot of misconceptions about it because they're like, it was made by Team Ninja, so they think it was written by the guy who did Ninja Gaiden, which is like just like boobs and blood the game, and it's like, God, I mean, like, I don't even want to get into it, but Ninja Gaiden, like, as fun as it is, fucking misogynistic as shit. The remakes, I mean, the original was whatever. The original was completely different. But the Xbox Team Ninja Gaiden is fucking, it's gross. But it's a fun game. Anyway, a lot of people think that Other M was written by that team because it was Team Ninja. But actually, the guy who made Ninja Gaiden left Team Ninja. Or I think he was actually fired, I could be wrong. But way before they got commissioned to do Other M. So Other M was actually written by the team that usually does Metroid at Nintendo. The gameplay was done by the new Team Ninja, but the story was written by the team that did this and Zero Mission. I mean, Zero Mission had Zero Suit Samus for whatever reason, but and I kind of tried the line with Zero Suit Samus. Like, yeah, she was kind of made to be like sexy Samus, but it really makes a lot of sense in the context of the game, and it's a really fun gameplay mechanic where you're taking Samus, who's usually like incredibly overpowered, especially at that point in the game, and making her survive on like stealth and wits instead. And she does it, you know, like you lose your fucking power suit and you still make it through, and then you get your suit back, and it feels so good to fucking like plow through everything that you had to avoid before. That's how that section of Zero Mission works, and it's really fun. So I can't really complain about Zero Suit Samus, because there's really, like, yeah, Zero Suit Samus is completely fine by me. But Other M was just like, God, it was terrible. You would think that it was made by the shitty Team Ninja people, but it wasn't. And the gameplay that was done by Team Ninja is actually really fun. It plays a lot like Super Metroid, but in 3D. A lot of the same mechanics from like Super Metroid and Zero Mission are exactly how it plays. It's just in 3D. It's like, it's not like Prime. It's like it's hard to describe. It's almost like top-down 3D. It's weird, but it's really fun. And it always makes me sad to remember Zero Mission. I mean, not Zero Mission. Jesus. Other M, and how hated it is, because the story is completely garbage, but it's so fun, and I have fond memories of it, even though it wasn't that long ago. But what makes me the most sad is that it seems like Nintendo was basically like, oh, people didn't like Other M, well, I guess nobody likes Metroid anymore, let's never make another Metroid game. And that is a really shitty assumption, and it sucks, because Metroid is easily my favorite Nintendo franchise. Even above Zelda, and even above Mario. Actually, Kirby is probably the closest. Kirby's probably second, but Metroid is definitely my favorite. And I'd really like to see another one. I'd like to see them make something on the Wii U, and use the fucking gamepad as a map. That's as simple as it gets. Like, the second screen on the DS and the gamepad, like, if you can't think of anything else for it to be, just make it a fucking map. But that would be perfect for Metroid. It wouldn't need to be anything other than a map. It would be like your little command thing. It would be like you were really Samus, and you could see on the gamepad what she sees on the inside of her visor. It'd be super cool. But I don't know. They probably won't. But maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised, and then I can go back to this video and be like, haha, I called it. And then it'll be like, yeah, well, so did everybody else, because that was a really easy assumption to make, and it wasn't even like something special. But you know what? Let me have my fun. Let me believe that I thought of something that nobody else did, even though it's literally like put a map on the gamepad, which has been done a million times before. How do I have 35 missiles already? That's so many. I feel like I haven't been playing it for that long. Though I guess you do get like 250 or some ridiculous number. What the fuck is this? Oh god! Oh my god! That freaked with my head. Okay. So that was it was a Kozo statue, or Chozo. I don't know how you actually pronounce that, but it was a I always said Kozo, but I'm pretty sure it's Chozo. It was a Chozo statue which gives you new abilities in every other Metroid game. But obviously it's not a real Chozo statue, because you're on a fucking space station where the Chozo did not, you know, leave any technology behind. And I guess it just got that from Samus's body when the X infected her. Like, it got, you know, it learned about the Chozo from Samus. That's fucking cool. I did not remember that happening. Can the charge beam shoot through walls? Is that what's happening? Is that what I have to do? Because there's no way to get to the open section of that thing. Yeah, that must be what it is. Oh, never mind. You can just do that. Okay. All stabilizers online. Now this place doesn't smell so fucking dank. Or whatever the problem was. I think it was just that it smelled bad. I would put my life at risk to make a space station smell better, to be quite honest. I'm gonna save again, even though I just saved. So, oh, hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. Can I? Yeah. I always forget you can turn into the morph ball midair, and you can wall jump. Fucking awesome. This, I mean, Super Metroid already like established it, but in the original Metroid you couldn't wall jump, and in Metroid 2 I don't think you can wall jump, but in Super Metroid you can wall jump, Like from the very beginning of the game, you can wall jump, but it never tells you, and you never have to use it until at one point it sticks you at the bottom of this pit where the only way out is to wall jump, and you're in the pit with these little creatures who can also wall jump, and that's like they wall jump out of the pit, and you're like, whoa, maybe I can do that. Maybe the game wants me to do that because it's showing me. And then you fucking do it, and it's just this magical moment where it's like, holy shit, I could do that the whole time, and I just never knew until I was taught by these. Like, I don't know. It was just cool. They did a lot without any kind of tutorial. They didn't have to stop and be like, hey, did you know that you can wall jump? They just like show you these creatures wall jumping, and you learn. I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of visual learning and not relying on just straight up telling the player what to do. Which it's then ironic that this is my favorite Metroid game because it's the fucking opposite of that. It does not. It hardly lets you discover anything for yourself. It fucking always tells you where to go. But the atmosphere and the fucking enemies and the story, like I love it. But it really does tell you too much. A lot of, I mean, it's what do they say? They say, show, don't tell, for like art and stuff. And I think that absolutely applies to video games, like 1,000 times over. Unless it's like a text-based game, and then fucking, you know, tell all you want. I like text-based games too, but that's not the same thing. A game that's about exploring is not the same as a visual novel or a text adventure. Anyway, video games are fucking awesome is what I'm trying to say. Don't you know, don't be lame about getting other people, like accepting other people's views of what video games are or supposed to be. Like, just you know, let everybody have their thing. Never shut anybody down who's trying to create something new. Even if it's something that you don't think classifies as a game, just, you know, go with it, because it's probably awesome. Atmospheric stabilizers are online, but many X have already made it to other sectors, it seems. In particular, Sector 2, TRO, the tropical habitat. Oh, I wonder what TRO is short for. Is it short for tropical? Probably. Shows abnormalities. I suspect the X entered this sector with the help of our unseen saboteur. He or it. Wait, he or it. I think you're missing a pronoun or two there. Anyway, he or it may be in Tro now. Samus, get over there. We need to put an end to this. Is your objective clear? Yeah, my objective is to make you stop talking. My objective is to press A through this dialogue as fast as possible, while still reading it so that the viewers at home don't get too confused. I'm pretty good about reading things and not forgetting my mission immediately, but every once in a while. As I listened to the briefing, my thoughts turned to Adam. The real Adam understood me well. He would end orders by saying, "Any objections, lady?" He knew I wouldn't disagree. That was just his way of noting our trust. I wonder if I can trust this computer, too. I would doubt it. Just saying. I would not. I would not trust the computer. I don't care for him. No offense to the computer. I do not care for him. My grandma kind of thinks computers are like sentient and evil. I don't know that she really thinks that, but she sure acts like it. Hey look, the map! I didn't have to go searching for it or exploring at all. I have learned the identity of our mystery saboteur. Samus, it's an X mimicking you. I have named it the SA-X. You are so creative with your names. I believe the SA-X came from the capsule containing your infected suit parts. It used a power bomb to escape from the quarantine bay. That explosion breached the capsules containing all the X that started this disaster. But the SA-X is definitely our biggest worry right now. The SA-X is mimicking you at full power. You can't face it. If you see the SA-X, just run. Don't think about fighting. You're still very vulnerable to cold, an unexpected side effect of the Metroid vaccine. Like Metroids, you can be frozen by an ice beam. Of course, the SA-X is armed with the ice beam. Stay away. If you see it, just run. HQ says they have bomb data ready in the data room. Bombs will help you find a way out if the SAX traps you. The data room is here, but it's sealed by a level 1 hatch. You'll have to find the security room and release the level 1 locks. But, per safety protocols, it's not marked on the map. You'll have to find it on your own somehow. Somehow, after like 3 games of nothing but exploring, I think I can manage. But so here's where shit gets real, right? Because SAX is the original Samus's suit, which is sort of like the thing in Zero Mission, where you're, you know, depowered, but you still have power, and you have power over most other things on the ship. Most of these enemies are not super crazy powerful, but SAX is, and you cannot kill it. And that's why it's like Alien Isolation, where you have to kind of, oh god, that is disgusting. That is just gross. I hate this. I can't jump that high. So, in Alien Isolation, you are running from, I thought maybe it would get smaller if I re-entered, but anyway. In Alien Isolation, you're trying to do all these other objectives, and like, there's humans on the ship, and you're fighting these androids, and lots of other stuff is happening, but all the while, the alien is this like omnipresent threat that you know that you cannot kill, and it's absolutely terrifying. And it actually kind of plays like a Metroidvania. And that's, somebody said that it plays like a Metroidvania, and I immediately bought the game because I was like, holy shit, a horror first-person Metroidvania. And it didn't disappoint. I haven't finished it because it's fucking preposterously difficult, even on normal mode. But it's really, really cool. And if you liked Metroid Fusion, well, if you liked Metroid Fusion and already played it, you probably aren't watching this, but if you liked Metroid Fusion, you will like Alien Isolation. So it's cool in that way, that it's so similar in a cool way to something that initially seems completely unrelated to it. But yeah, so I'm susceptible to cold because I'm like part Metroid. And that was always the thing with Metroids, where you had to freeze them before you could kill them, because they were weak to the ice beam. And now it's me that's weak to the ice beam, and I think that's kind of cool. I think that's a nice little touch. Sorry this walkthrough is like so boring and not funny, and it's all just me praising this fucking game, but I'm not used to playing games that I actually really enjoy. So I'm savoring this. I'm having a good time, because most of my playthroughs are weird fucking games that... Well, actually, that's not true. The last couple games I played I really liked, but I play through a lot of games that I don't particularly think are that great. But I really liked that one I played the other day. The Absence of Is, or The Absence of Is. Why did I say it like that? Okay, good. I have security level 1, so I can get through blue doors. But it's probably the last video that I uploaded before starting Metroid Fusion. If you haven't watched it, you should if you like my commentary, because I really enjoyed that game. It's probably one of my favorites that I've played for this channel. Alright, let's do this. Let's get that fucking bomb so we can explore. I think you can like super bomb jump in this game, where you can just like keep placing bombs and like launch yourself 5,000 feet into the sky and like sequence break. Metroid's always been a very good game for sequence breaking, which, if you don't know, is like where you use little tricks like this to... Well, actually, it's not working. I'm sure it'll work if I time it right, but it's not as easy to do as it is in certain games. Certain Metroid games, I think Zero Mission being one of them. Oh, God. Is that SAX? It sounds like it. Everything just got so much more tense. Okay, I'm not going down there. I'm going this way. In certain Metroid games, you can just like mash the bomb button, and you'll launch yourself in such a pattern that you never go back onto the ground. You always land on a bomb and just keep going higher and higher and higher and higher. And you can use it to complete the game out of order, in a sense. You can like use it to get into areas you're not supposed to be in yet, and then like break the order in which the game happens. And people do that to like speed run and stuff. They use it to skip parts of the game so that they can complete it faster. I've always really liked stuff. I've never been good at it. I've never been able to do that kind of stuff, but I've always loved to watch it. Like all the weird ass tricks people figure out about how to complete games like faster than should be possible. I love that stuff. Is there anything over here? That little dot on the floor, or on the bottom of the wall, kind of made me think there'd be something there, but there wasn't. So whatever, Mom. I'm out. Oh god, no. I'm dying. Health is also interesting in Metroid because you get like I have like, what is my max health right now? 300? But you lose it so fast. Like everything does so much damage to you. And in the beginning of the game you can die like really quickly because you only have one health bar. And I mean, like I've been playing this for less than an hour and it's already given me 300. But if I had missed one of those energy tanks, I'd be fucked. Like, stuff is getting me down to my last bar way more quickly than it should. Maybe I'm just bad at it, but I think it's pretty hard. Oh man. I also like that you're on a space station the whole time, but the environments are always super different. Because it was meant to be like a whole habitat. Which also is exactly like Alien Isolation. I didn't make that connection until I just said it, but that's exactly what Alien Isolation is too. It was a space station that was like supposed to be an inhabited place where lots of different people lived, and so it's like this whole city on a spaceship. Man, I really like space. I like games that take place in space. I like thinking about space and the vastness of the universe, and how we're all just so tiny that it doesn't even matter, except it does matter because our universe is only really as big as us or something. I don't know. I'm not, I would have a quote here if I knew what to quote. The only quote that comes close to that I can think of is "The world ends with you," which is not exactly what that quote is about. I fucking love that game though. Wait, am I like missing something here, or am I not supposed to be here, or how do I get out? There's gotta be something, right? Oh, there, hello, okay. How was I supposed to know that was there? I guess I wasn't. I guess I was supposed to do exactly what I did. See, that just took off like half a health bar. But by the end of the game, you have like at least 10 health bars. It's weird. Some of the like Metroid traditions are really strange. But I just like go with them because I've been playing Metroid since I was young. But man, I don't know. I love it. I was trying to replay Prime recently, but I couldn't get it to work. I gotta just bring my copy from home, from the old country, the old country of Connecticut. Gotta bring it down here and fucking play some old games. I gotta buy a capture card so I can record stuff on the Wii and the GameCube. 'Cause I miss that shit. Like, oh my god. That was what I grew up with. Like Wii, PS2, GameCube era, like that was my shit. That was what I played so much more than computer games. Because I never had a good computer until literally like 2 months ago is when I bought my first like decent computer. Or I'm sorry, I did not buy it. I got it for Christmas, and then I put a bunch of parts in it. So I bought like part of it. Anyway, because I have a very nice father who likes to buy me things for my birthday. Even though I am too old to deserve birthday presents. Or wait, did I say Christmas? Birthday? I don't know. What month is it right now is the question. I have a really cool computer background right now. I have it set to cycle through a bunch of stuff from like anime wallpaper websites at random of like 600 files. It's pretty cool right now. You can't see it, but it's pretty cool. Oh my god. Stop. Whew. Alright, I'm starting to get kind of tired. A little delirious. I'm talking about shit that you don't even know. You can't even see it. Ugh. Also, my neck is really stiff. Alright. We saved. I'm killing these weird jello. Can I look at those again? Hold on, like, these are really weird, right? They're like snails, I guess. Yeah, okay. There is precedence for these in nature. They're not just abominations. They're basically snails. I'm going to bed. Good night. Ow.